AACC community. My name is Bart Rapaski, and I'm a first-year student at AACC. In this episode, you will meet Kimberly Herrera, Coordinator of Student Life at Anne Arundel Community College.
Hi, welcome to this episode of The Spotlight. Today, we're fortunate enough to have the opportunity to talk with Kimberly Herrera, the Coordinator of Student Life. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Oh, thank you so much for having me on this segment. I'm excited to be here.
Well, my first question for you is, what do you love the most about Anne Arundel Community College?
The students. I love the students. There's so many different students here. The population is so diverse. The amount of programming that we do is so rich, and they just have so much fun, and they make my job easier. I love coming to work. Everyone is always jealous that I'm always putting on my Facebook, oh, I can't wait to go to work tomorrow or something like that. And they're like, you're the only person that I know that's just excited to go to work, but it's because of my students.
What is your job title and what do you do?
I am the Coordinator of Student Life, so I handle the entire area of student life. So all of the clubs and organizations, Student Association, the Campus Activities Board, all of the extracurricular activities that students can get involved in at Anne Arundel Community College.
What makes Anne Arundel Community College different from other places where you have worked?
Well, this is the first experience that I've had at a community college, and I will say I don't think I'll ever go back to a four-year institution because Anne Arundel Community College does so much for students. Not that I've ever been at institutions that didn't care for students, but not this much. I mean, they're so passionate about making a student successful and putting in resources in every aspect of the college available for students to be successful and graduate.
Why did you decide to go into the field of student services?
Well, I was a student leader when I was at Stony Brook University in Long Island, and I'm a first-generation college student. So for me, college was a brand new experience for me and my family. And so, you know, I became a resident assistant, an orientation leader. I was the CAB chair.
What is CAB chair?
The Campus Activities Board. I was the chair of my Campus Activities Board for a year at my college, and I got involved. I had a mentor who really gave me all kinds of opportunities. So I went to this Leadership Institute for 3 days in Hawaii. Not as exciting as it seemed because we were stuck in a room for 3 days, but they taught us about master's programs, and me being first generation, I've never heard of a master's program before, and so that gave me insight to the higher education field, and I was like, this is what I want to do, and so I decided to go into it, and I love it.
Because you're a first generation college student yourself, how does it allow you to be effective with the students that you work with?
Because I know where they are. You know, a lot of our students being first generation, I didn't know what the FAFSA form was, or I didn't know about a master's program, or, you know, all kinds of the small details that you have to know, you know, sometimes at the college, acronyms, GPA, you know, what is a tenured professor, you know, those small details, I didn't know about that coming in. And so I'm able to relate to my students and help them along their journey to graduating.
What message would students say that you repeat over and over?
I start my morning every day or whenever I see them with hola, always. It's like, hola people, always. So that's one thing, but I'm always checking in with them, making sure that their academics are on point. I don't know about a specific message, you'll have to ask them whenever you see them, but I'm always checking in with them, making sure that they're on path.
Why do you say hola?
Well, I'm Hispanic, so I just automatically say hola.
Is it important for you to recognize your ethnic identity?
Yes, because I share similar cultures with my students, especially with the students of color at the college. You know, I know what their family is like, and I know what kind of foods that they eat and things like that. And so we can relate on all kinds of different levels. And so I share my ethnicity always. And I think that's what makes me such a successful administrator, is that when I'm planning for fall and spring events, I'm thinking about all kinds of diversity. I chair the Hispanic Heritage Month committee in the fall semester, but we also do program for Native American Month, for LGBT, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender questioning month in October, National Coming Out Day, Black History Month. So we pay attention to all kinds of populations when we're programming at the college.
So it sounds like diversity is a really important element of the work you do.
Oh, definitely. In April, we have a multicultural week where we celebrate a week long of different kinds of ethnicities. And I think what's important is that at a lot of colleges, sometimes they only program at, certain types of months. You have Hispanic Heritage Month, you have Black History Month, and then you have your Diversity Week. But it's really important to still program between those months and between, those different weeks. What other types of diversity program do you do other than, your generic Black History Month and Hispanic Heritage Month? So I think it's really important to do that. And I teach my students that.
Where are you from originally?
Well, I was born in New York. I'm an Army brat, so I've moved around my entire life. But my family is from Puerto Rico, so I am Puerto Rican, or as we say, New Yorican.
Can you describe your Puerto Rican culture?
We're definitely into food and dancing. Our food is very important. My entire family they're cooks. And so, we've learned to cook since we were 5, 6 years old, helping my mother in the kitchen and my grandmother in the kitchen. My grandfather owned something called a cuchifrito.
The cuchifrito?
Cuchifrito. It's like a small shop with Puerto Rican food that he would sell out of a market. And so my entire life, we had his cuchifrito that we would just stop by and get some rice and beans and, some pollo guisado. And pollo guisado is like a chicken stew in some ways. And so, food is definitely embedded in our culture. Dance is, I love salsa merengue. I love to dance. So I'm very much into that. That's one of my passions. And I have a 4-year-old little girl. So, I've been trying to teach her how to cook and slowly do and embed the culture into her life right now.
Hispanic Heritage Month is coming up. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
We have an array of different programs that we do from September 15th to October 15th, which is the month of Hispanic Heritage Month. And we do dance workshops. We have an art gallery that exhibits Hispanic artists that's just absolutely wonderful. We have a kickoff celebration, and we actually have a kickoff celebration in all 3 campuses, so that way they're aware of what's to come in the fall semester.
Is there an event that resonates with you the most?
We have family programs, we have tournaments, we have so many. If I were to choose one, I would say Wings Fest. Wings Fest is our event where we have all of these local vendors come on campus and sell all their different types of popular flavored wings. And what's great about this event, it's not just the fact that students get free food, but we recruit so many students who want to get involved on campus because it happens the second week of school. We have administrators come out, and so there's about 400 people that come out to this event. And so a lot of students find their best friends at this event and who they're going to hang out with, and they get all types of resources available at this event. So I would say Wings Fest is my favorite.
Who is your favorite singer or musical group?
I love Beyonce. I'm going to her concert this summer, so I'm very excited about that. Maroon 5, I'm in love with them. I mentioned that I was Hispanic earlier, so I love Mark Anthony and Jerry Rivera and all kinds of Hispanic artists. So it just varies over time.
What is one thing that students would not believe about you?
My age. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but they generally think I'm younger than what I am. And sometimes parents at student orientation think I'm an orientation leader, so it's pretty funny when I get up there and I say my title and they're like, oh, she's an administrator. But I'm flattered sometimes, but it's definitely my age.
Now I'm curious, but we'll talk later. This has been a wonderful interview, and it's been great talking with you. I want to thank you for being part of the Spotlight, and I want to thank you for joining us for the Spotlight of Cross Currents.
The classes in a learning community are connected in a way that the content you learn in one class is then reinforced in the other, as opposed to in a standalone class, you may be learning some of the content, but your experiences aren't necessarily reinforced in that way.
The learning communities are not completely different from other classes. You're still learning the curriculum and you have homework. The only thing that's different is that you really get to build a relationship with your fellow classmates and with the teachers.
The classes I took in the learning community gave me more valuable experience than classes I've taken separately. Largely, I would say, because the teachers who have to coordinate to come up with the curriculum for these communities are working to make sure that the lesson is bringing you somewhere.
I absolutely would recommend it because I've had great experience with it. I've met a lot of great people, and it was a perfect introduction to starting classes at AACC.
Welcome to the Sarbanes Center for Public and Community Service at Anne Arundel Community College. Our mission at the center is to help students gain real-world experience. Imagine yourself interning at the National Aquarium, conducting research with county residents on the local economy, or traveling to Paris to gain a global perspective. Our programs are designed to be mutually beneficial for our learners and the agencies that participate. Visit our website to learn more or stop by today.
Thank you for watching this edition of Cross Currents. See you in the next episode. Go Pioneers!